What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today is Friday. That means Zer is back this week. He's in the reef. I guess he thinks that we haven't been hanging out enough in the reef, so he's here. And he's got some really good stuff this week. It's a good week. It's a good Zer week. All right, first of all, we got the Ruin Wings for the Titans. The main perk on these is Seeds of Ruin. Heavy ammo drops more often and contains more ammo in each drop. If you like purple ammo as much as I like purple ammo, you're going to love these things. In PvE, these things are constantly useful. Whether you're using a sword, a heavy machine gun, whatever you're using, this thing is really fun to use because you're constantly able to dish out massive damage with heavy ammo. I love these things. As far as re-rolling them goes, I'd be looking for increased intellect. I do like that they got machine gun loader. I think that, machine guns are really good in year 2. I would probably like to see them have sniper rifle loader because sniper rifles are so useful in PvE. And you're not really going to be using these in PvP that much. So I'd be re-rolling them for probably intellect and discipline. And I'd like to see sniper rifle loader in here as well. Definitely pick these up. These things are awesome. All right, next, for the hunters. These are a little bit weird. Skyburner's Annex. The helmet's main perk is Versatile Shooter. Heavy weapon kills have a chance to create orbs. Orbs collected when your super is full have a chance to grant special ammo. So it's a 2 for perk. The first part of it, the heavy weapon kills have a chance to create orbs. Not really that useful. It doesn't come up that much. Usually, at least in my experience, when I'm using heavy weapons, I'm using it on a big boss to do damage. I'm using it, on a single guy. So the chance to create orbs doesn't really come in handy that much. I'm rarely using it to clear ads, unless I'm using a sword maybe and just having fun with the sword. The second part is more interesting to me. Orbs collected when your super is full have a chance to grant special ammo. So imagine this situation where you're doing DPS like to the War Priest or to any big boss where you got a bunch of guys standing around shooting a dude in the face with a sniper rifle from far away. This is really nice because, like, let's say you have a bubble around or somebody's making orbs, you got some orbs around, you can just, when you start running low on your sniper rifle ammo, you can just walk over some orbs and grab some more special ammo. This thing actually can be very useful for DPS phases in the raid. The downside is, since you're collecting orbs to get special ammo when your super is full, they're not going to be around anymore when you need to refill your super. So it's a double-edged sword, definitely, and depending on what's more important to you, having your super or having more special ammo, you can really weigh the pros and cons of this. Personally, I prefer to have a special weapon synths and have my super full, especially if I'm using a Night Stalker, because I want to be using my Night Stalker's ability. I want to be using that Void Bow when I'm in those damage phases so my whole team is doing more damage. So I prefer having special weapon synths instead of using this, but I could definitely see why you'd want to use this. For rerolls, I do like the increased intellect and increased discipline, but I would like to see Inverse Shadow on this and Infusion just to try and get your super up faster so you're using Versatile Shooter more often. All right, finally, for the Warlocks, we got the Stag. I really don't like this helmet. I don't find that the special perk on this is all that good. Do or die. Once per life, your supercharge is faster when your teammates are dead. Chance to respawn with an overshield. So you'd think that this thing would be perfect for Trials of Osiris, but the supercharge is faster thing, it should come in handy more than it does, but I've used it in Trials and it doesn't seem to ever come in handy for me that often. So I don't find this to be that useful. Chance to respawn with an overshield. Again, in Trials of Osiris, if you're getting revived, you already have an overshield. And when you respawn, it just doesn't work out that often. In 6v6, I can see the respawn thing working out okay. But even then, when you respawn, how often are you going to be back in combat while you still have that overshield up? I don't know. I find this to be kind of a waste. I'm not going to bother with rerolls on this because I'm not going to really recommend using it or buying it if you don't have it. Maybe collectors want to buy it just because they think it looks cool, but this is a hard pass for me. And it doesn't really matter how you roll it. It's still not going to be good, so I just kind of leave this one alone. All right, next for our special weapon, we got the Telesto Fusion Rifle. This is one of my favorite guns of year 2. This thing is super fun to use. Unplanned Reprieve. Fusion projectiles attach and detonate with a delayed void blast. The nice thing about those fusion projectiles attaching is that they always explode for max damage. It doesn't matter what range. So your initial impact is impacted by range, but those fusion blasts it doesn't matter. Fusion rifles are also getting a buff in the next update next week, so this thing's gonna get even better. This thing is super fun to use. It's super powerful. There's a lot of opportunities to use it. It's good for PvE, especially. In PvP, it can be a lot of fun too, but you tend to use a ton of ammo. But I really love this thing. It looks cool. It's fun to use. It's powerful. Definitely pick the Telesto up if you don't have one already. All right. Next, we have a Year 1 Legacy Engram special weapon. Again, for 31 strange coins, you can roll a Legacy special weapon. Maybe you'll get lucky, get a Plan C if you don't already have one. That way you can get one right off the bat with the update. But I can't recommend doing this. For 31 strange coins, it's too high. All right, curios, we got Emerald Coil and Void Drive. So if you want to upgrade your Blue Rare Sparrow to Legendary status and change the color of the contrails, you can do it with these. We've got Heavy Ammo Synthesis for 1 strange coin. We got the 3 of coins for 7 strange coins. And we've got Glass Needles here that cost a whole shitload of a bunch of things. But they are really useful for re-rolling exotics. And of course, we got Motes of Light. So that's going to do it. I think it's a pretty damn good week for Xur. Some really cool stuff, some not so great stuff for the Warlocks. The Telesto is one of my favorite weapons in the game. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you liked the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.